How's it going, guys? I'm Josh. Today we're going to talk about something most photographers don't want to talk about, and that is why you should take less photos. So have you ever been on vacation and taken so many photos that it begins to feel like more of an obligation than a hobby? Have you ever been so focused on capturing something, no matter how beautiful it is, that you feel like you never actually got to appreciate it with your own eyes and just enjoying the moment because you have your face buried in the camera the whole time? Because I am certainly guilty of both of these things. As cameras get better, storage becomes infinite, and AI ceases the need to curate your images, while your friends continue to take better vacation shots that they post on Instagram that you feel the need to one-up. Our photo-obsessed culture shows no sign of slowing down. I've got a bunch of tips for solving this, but before we jump in, huge thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. Whether you want to build a photo portfolio, print shop, or niche website devoted to your grandma's recipe for lasagna, Squarespace has you covered. And yeah, I did make this lasagna myself. With the rise of smartphones, cameras are more pervasive than ever. Everyone has them, and as a result, photo etiquette in this new age is still being defined. The important thing is, no matter how much you love photography, it's still really important to take breaks and not always be shooting. In fact, the more breaks you take, the more aware you're going to be of your surroundings, the more inspired you're going to be when you go out shooting, and the less likely you are to burn out. And additionally, the people you're shooting with, whether they're friends or just other photographers, will hate you a lot less. Number one, art versus obligation. So for a lot of us, photography has come to be an extension of our memories. If we want to remember something, we'll snap a photo of it. Now, to enjoy photography much more, you have to separate what is an obligatory memory photo, which necessitates just one shot, versus what is something you're artistically inspired by, which necessitates a whole photo shoot. If you can recognize that some locations aren't worth a full shoot, just a quick snap, you're going to save a lot of time, energy, inspiration, and have a lot less photos you didn't want in the first place. Number two, your smartphone is a tool. So if you have two different cameras, your smartphone and a nicer camera, save that nicer camera for your artistic shots and use your smartphone for the obligatory simple snapshot memories. So this will help you really separate the two, so you'll be quick with your smartphone, and when you pull out your nicer camera, you'll know it's time to go in. Of course, you can take beautiful artistic photos with a smartphone or simple documentary photos with your camera, but I found this system works really great for me and helps me stay organized. Number three, yield to mood. If you're not in the mood to take photos, don't take photos. Even if you're in the most beautiful, photogenic place in the entire world, if you're not feeling it, don't be afraid just to enjoy it with your senses, being present and aware of your surroundings. This is important because if you force yourself to shoot too often, it can start to feel like a burden. So be very mindful of this. A quick side note for all the beginner photographers out there, you might have to push past this one pretty often, because when you're developing a new passion, it's going to be frustrating, it's going to take a lot of time, and you're not always going to be super stoked, but that frustration is what helps you grow. So don't be afraid of that, and if you're a seasoned vet, take all the breaks you feel are necessary. Or just ignore my advice and do your thing. It's really up to you. Number four, limit your group shots. I have an extreme love-hate relationship with the group photo. On one hand, for the sake of documenting a trip or a special day, a group shot is really crucial. It captures a moment. On the other hand, it's so easy to go overboard with them, whether you're doing them every single time you eat at a restaurant or go to a new location multiple times a day. And of course, they're also forced. You have to find someone to shoot the photo, and everyone looks the same in every single shot. I'm sorry to say it, but it's true. For this reason, I have a hard rule of just one group shot for every trip I take. Now, some people might find this extreme, but I found that when you only take one photo, everyone's enthusiastic about it, it gets done quickly, and that's all you really need. But do whatever works for you guys. Just don't take a photo of you and your friends every time you go out to eat. There's really no need. Number five, pack less gear. So rather than bringing out every single piece of photographic equipment you own every single time you go out shooting, try bringing less stuff. Only bring out one lens, bring out just a point and shoot, leave your tripod back, really just anything to keep your bag light. And this is really great because one, it's a cool artistic challenge, and two, I'm really convinced that carrying a backpack of gear, even if you're convinced you don't mind, is subconsciously weighing on you, becoming a burden, because it's just not as nice as walking around with nothing on you. So try going out with just a camera, maybe an extra battery in your pocket, and nothing else, and see if the experience changes, because I find it absolutely delightful. Number seven, plan your day around sunrise and sunset. It might sound crazy for the beginner photographers out there to adjust your entire day to accommodate for a sunrise, but here's the thing, you're not changing your schedule, you're just optimizing it. Additionally, I love doing landscape and cityscape photos for sunrise and sunset because rather than running around trying to get the best photo with the best angle, you can actually set your camera up on a tripod and just be pressing the camera button occasionally as the light changes, also just sitting back and enjoying the views. And that's one of the nicest things. Being present while also getting amazing photos is such a treat. Last tip, number 8, collaborating with your friends. When you're out spending the day with your friends and also shooting, it's going to take a bit of collaboration to get the perfect photo. Whether it's having your friends slow down so you can focus on a moment, or model for you, or hold a light, whatever. Now, if they're photographers, they're probably going to get this and be super helpful for you. But if they're not, expect them to be way less patient with your whole process because you're stopping them from whatever they're going to do. So be aware of these dynamics. Do your friends really want to get that hot new Tinder picture and you just have them model, they'll be stoked? Or maybe you should go off on your own because otherwise your friends are just going to slowly hate you more and more over time, which is definitely something I've experienced. But seriously, sometimes a great photo takes 30 minutes of hunkering down to nail everything perfectly, and your friends that don't take photos are going to hate that. So don't be afraid to go off on your own, and you will get the shots that you want to get. Now, to wrap this up, what am I missing? I'd love to hear from you guys on what your personal strategies are for not overdoing it in photography. I think it's just an incredibly important topic that isn't discussed enough. So leave a comment down below and I'd love to read them, and I'm sure my other viewers would love to hear your expertise. Anyway, thank you so much again to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. They make it incredibly easy to build a sleek, beautiful website. I've actually had a Squarespace site for years where I flex my photo portfolio, sell prints in my online store, and show off my tutorials and camera advice. So whether you're a professional photographer or just want to trick people into thinking you are, Squarespace is the move. Head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/JoshKatz to save 10% off your purchase of a website or domain. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you eventually.